What's up everyone, MeJP2 here, and in today's video, it's a bit different of a video. It's not featuring a specific Pokemon, but it's rather more of a challenge video, which is I'm going to be playing Pokemon Go on airplane Wi-Fi. Now, I had an 8-hour flight followed by a 2-hour flight, and since there was airplane Wi-Fi available, I figured I might as well try and play Go Battle League. And, well, this game, it already barely works under perfect Wi-Fi, so let's see how it works when it's on airplane Wi-Fi. This was actually so infuriating to play, just because the game it was dying on me, basically, and it was really funny. Now, this team, I don't even know why I built this team. I was very much sleep deprived, and this is just the team that I cobbled together for the video, so that's the team. Let's get to the battles. I'm going to start off by showing that I am in fact on airplane Wi-Fi. You can see that, and I'm on airplane mode, just so you guys know that I'm actually on an airplane right now. Now, getting into the first battle, and as you can see, the spinning white ball of death was already there. And yeah, that's basically just going to always be there. So will the weak connection thing. Now, we lead Scizor into Dusclops. The game, we already see that the game is suffering because the opponent's able to make a catch and I wasn't able to tell. Now, they send out Moltres, and I'm going to send out Gyarados. It's going to be alright. Gyarados can win CMP here. I was intending on throwing one before, but the game actually lagged and forced me to throw on CMP. It works well because the opponent no shields, but like, come on. Now, I'm going to be going for another crunch into this Dusclops. They're probably going to shield it. They do, and they get debuffed. Now, I'm going to be able to make it to an Aqua Tail, and that actually looked like CMP. I was trying to throw before, but once again, it forced me to throw an extra move. It actually is CMP, which is absolutely perfect, as they're forced to burn energy. I'm going to send out Lapras, and they have Marowak in the back. Now, I'm going to shield here just to be safe. It is a Bone Club, obviously. And, oh my god, this game. This really isn't even the game, actually. It's more of airplane Wi-Fi, but like, come on. I am able to get the Sparkling Aria, though. And Sparkling Aria, I'm way too low now. And as you can see, I also take a Mud Slap when I really shouldn't. So yeah, that game would have been fully winnable if I was on regular Wi-Fi, but whatever. I knew exactly what I was getting into when I was on airplane Wi-Fi, so it's fine. Into the next battle, and we lead Shadow Scizor into Dedenne. Now, this is typically a pretty alright lead, but I am on airplane Wi-Fi, so it's not a very good lead. Now, we should be winning CMP here every single time, but that wasn't even a CMP tie, because I got like one turn lag somewhere because of the airplane Wi-Fi. Now, opponent's going to shield the Night Slash, and I will shield back and just go for a full farm down. Opponent might switch out, and they do. They send out Primeape, and thankfully I'm able to throw a move before they get to a Rage Fist. And yeah, I'm going to then send out Gyarados. Gyarados should be able to tank a Rage Fist or a Close Combat. And yeah, they Rage Fist. That doesn't actually do that much. I'm pretty sure that was undercharged because I did see a Rage Fist land on a Gyarados at some other point. I don't know if it's in these battles, but I did see a Rage Fist land. Now, I'm going to go for Aqua Tail. That'll take out the Primeape, and they send out Gligar. Now, Gligar gets a nice farm down, but we have Lapras, and Lapras is very good into Gligar. Opponent tries to get a snipe, and I'm actually going to be able to get a catch. Now, I was really not thinking I'd ever be able to get a catch. And right now, the opponent, I think they force quit the app. Now, you could see the delay in the charge move, and that had me panicking because I was worried that it was just going to let my Scizor get KO'd and then Dedenne would get a move. But they actually force quit the app, so it's actually fine. We're going to be able to win this. Night Slash and some Bullet Punches take out the Gligar, and we're actually able to win well on airplane Wi-Fi. We also get a "You're going too fast" notification, which can't possibly understand why. I'm going over 400 miles an hour. But so now we're going to go into the next battle, and the opponent is going to lead with a Dusknoir. Now, this is not particularly good because Astonish will tear Scizor apart, and that's just me throwing on alignment. I was tired. That's not the game. That was literally just me throwing on alignment, so not the game's fault, actually. I'm going to send out Gyarados. We obviously get one turn. And now, opponent goes for a Shadow Punch, and they're at another Shadow Punch. Shadow Punch won't KO, but it'll deal a decent amount of damage. I should be able to get a full farm down, and now we'll see what the opponent has in the back. they have any electric type, I'm pretty sure we lose. They have Umbreon. Now, Umbreon is not good because Lapras with Psywave, it's going to be resisted. Now, they're going to go for a move here. I'm just going to let it go. I can hope that Lapras will sweep. And so now, send out Lapras. Psywave's going to do no damage at all. So the opponent, they're going to go for a move here. It's going to be it's going to be a Dark Pulse. And now, I'll be able to make it to a Skull Bash. Skull Bash will not KO, though. And so Skull Bash, it's going to land, will not KO. We never farm him down, no matter what. It's way too tanky still. Dark Pulse doesn't do too much, and as you can see, this is just... I don't think there's anything they could have in the back that we'd win against. We can Sparkling Aria them, but yeah, they have Dusclops. And now, while this is a great match when Lapras has full HP and is on good Wi-Fi, it's fine, but since we are low on HP and I'm on airplane Wi-Fi, this is basically just a loss. I'm going to Skull Bash them just because I can, and now they're going to go for a move. Shadow Punch will take me out, and we do lose that game. I think that one might have actually been winnable if the game was on better Wi-Fi, but we're not going to dwell on that. Into the next battle, and you can see that I'm not like cutting in between battles this time. I decided not to do that for some reason. Looking back, I don't even remember why now, but I guess it's just to show that these are all the same battles and they're on airplane Wi-Fi, but you can tell that they're on airplane Wi-Fi. Opponent sends out Talonflame. I had a whole panic attack here thinking I just lost my entire Scizor, but thankfully the Incinerate did not register. Now, Talonflame will be able to go for a fly, and you can see the game, I clicked an Aqua Tail right before they'd be able to make it to their fly, but the game forces me to throw another Dragon Breath. If they went for another Incinerate there, I'm pretty sure the game is just lost on the spot. Now, I'm going to get one turn bring it again. This is kind of expected. And the opponent going to go for a fly. Now, I'm going to be able to go for another Sparkling Aria. Sparkling Aria will be able to take out the Talonflame. And now we got to see what they have in the back. They send back out the Blastoise, and then they send out Tentacruel. Now, this matchup, honestly, provided the game works, this could actually be a win, which is absolutely crazy. Now, I'm going to be able to go for a Trailblaze. Trailblaze will hit slightly harder than Night Slash, and I should be able to farm him down. We do get our Bullet Punch denied there because, of course. We also get debuffed by Scald, and now, let's see what the opponent does. They send out Blastoise, and Blastoise is going to have to take a Night Slash. Now, Night Slash actually gets shielded, though, and they're able to make it into their Hydro Cannon, and so now, Hydro Cannon will take me out, and hopefully Lapras can have enough HP, but I don't think it does. Yeah, they're able to outpace me anyway, even if Sparkling Aria KO'd, which I don't think it does even on the Shadow. They'd be able to make it to a Hydro, so we do lose that match. There's the "you're going too fast" notification again, and we're going to be getting into the next battle. Now, this opponent, we're going to lead Scizor into Shadow Primeape. Now, this is a good matchup because Bullet Punch tears Primeape to pieces. We don't get our fast move denied, which is great because after they Rage Fist, now I should just be able to go for a full Bullet Punch farm down. I'll be able to leave with a ton of energy, and now let's see what the opponent chooses to bring out. Opponent is going to be bringing out Lapras. This is pretty good because Psywave, it's resisted. Still hits pretty hard, but it's not that hard of a move anymore. It's going to be able to get hit with a Night Slash. We actually got the boost as well, so that Night Slash does some nice damage, and I'm able to make another Night Slash. The game forces me to throw another Bullet Punch, and I almost get farmed down, but thankfully I do not. Now I'll be able to send out my own Lapras. Opponent has Dedenne in the back, and this is really bad. My team is ABB with 2 water types in the back, and I'm trying to make it to a Skull Bash, trying to throw on good timing, but then the game, oh my gosh. This is because of the airplane Wi-Fi, but it forces me to throw another Psywave, and that ends up being CMP. That's really bad, just because now I have to burn a shield, and Skull Bash does less. They're just going to be able to Parabolic Charge Gyarados, and they'd probably have been taken out by Dragon Breaths, or the Skull Bash even, if they hadn't been able to buff their defense, but yeah, we lose that game. We get a 1-4 set, which honestly I was surprised that I won any games, and now let's get into the next set. Now the opponent, let's see what they lead with. We're going to lead Shadow Scizor into Dunsparce. Now Bullet Punch just hits for a ton of damage here, it's great. Now I'm actually going to be able to sneak the Bullet Punch. That honestly felt like it happened less often than getting denied. Opponent then sends out Talonflame. This time the Incinerate does register, and my entire Scizor is gone, basically. They're going to go for a fly, and I hit the Aqua Tail on 4 Dragon Breaths here. I press the Aqua Tail and then it makes me throw another one. So it just throws Aqua Tail straight on alignment. And if this game wasn't over already, it is completely over after that. We just lose the Gyarados, and I don't think I could ever win this because I just have no HP anywhere, basically. They're going to be able to go for another Flame Charge, and now they're just able to send back out Dunsparce. So yeah, this game honestly might have been winnable if the game was on better Wi-Fi, but because I'm on airplane Wi-Fi, this game ends up as a loss. Into the next battle, and we lead with Shadow Scizor into Dusclops. Now, while Dusclops will be able to go for a Shadow Punch first, this is pretty good for Scizor because Night Slash hits for a ton. I'm actually able to catch a Rage Fist from their Primeape switch in onto my Gyarados, which is good because Primeape, they can go for another Rage Fist, but it will not take me out, and they'll have to commit a Shield if they want to get Switch Advantage. And if I'm being honest, I don't need Switch Advantage because Dusclops gets destroyed by either Pokemon. You can see right there, airplane Wi-Fi. I had an Aqua Tail and it just didn't let me throw it. And now I have to give up a shield because Scizor did not throw the move. And yeah, so now I'm just down a shield, and now I'm down both shields because Dusclops comes in and they go for a Shadow Punch. They're going to then proceed to send in Diggersby, and honestly, this game actually might be winnable. Puts a lot up to Lapras, but it's possible. Going to be able to go for a Trailblaze. Trailblaze will hit for a lot of damage to the opponent's shields, and I'm actually able to get the Fire Punch catch. Fire Punch, not as good of a move as Scorching Sands, especially since it doesn't get same type attack bonus, so catching that Fire Punch is actually very nice. Opponent goes for another Fire Punch. I don't know why they would do that. And now, they're going to send out Dusclops again, and I'm going to be able to go for a Sparkling Aria. With the amount of HP available that I have, this might actually not be terrible. I'm going to be able to go for a Sparkling Aria. This will be able to grab the shield, and I go for the catch, but that was either CMP or the game not working, but whichever, it's fine. I'm going to try and get a full farm down. I'm going to end up having to switch into Scizor, which thankfully actually works. And now I'm going to be able to send in Lapras. Lapras is going to be met with a Diggersby, but I'm able to make it to a Sparkling Aria on pretty low HP. I had a lot more energy than I thought. That's why I overfarmed so much. I didn't need to overfarm, but we still take that win somehow. Into the next battle, and we lead Scizor into Azumarill. Very good lead. Opponent will probably switch out pretty fast, I think. And yeah, they farm up 4 and then send out Umbreon. Now the game is not letting me switch out. I pressed the switch button like twice, and now I basically just have to stay in because I can't send Gyarados in down this much energy. Thankfully, Lapras should be able to deal with Azumarill pretty well, provided I keep switch advantage. So I'm going to be able to go for another Trailblaze. Trailblaze does grab a shield, and now I'm pretty sure Scizor should be able to make it to another Trailblaze. Now, yeah, the game forces me to throw. I hit the Night Slash, and it just does not let me throw it, so now we're down alignment, and that's just not good. Umbreon even manages to make another move, which, honestly, I don't think they would have made if we hadn't gotten one turn. Actually, no, they would have. They had enough HP there. The opponent still sends out Azumarill, though, which kind of confused me, because this isn't that good of a matchup. Even if they're on play rough, it really isn't. I then am forced to throw an alignment by the game. Skull Bash hits pretty hard, though, and now I'm able to make it to a Sparkling Aria. Sparkling Aria will be able to take him out, and now let's see what they have in the back, and it's Jump Bluff. Now, if I had a shield or switch advantage, or really anything that I got denied because of airplane Wi-Fi, I probably could have won this game, but since I don't have any of that, Gyarados has to settle for an Aqua Tail, and that's just not going to do it. Even if they had shielded, I don't think Skull Bash would KO from the range. So this game's just over. Even if I have double Sparkling Arias, a Sparkling Aria will not KO here. So yeah, Acrobatics takes me out and we do lose that game. Into the next battle, and we lead Scizor into Dragalge. Pretty good lead, Acid's double resisted, but this Dragalge is actually on Dragon Tail. Now, this is also just me throwing on alignment. That's not actually airplane Wi-Fi, that's just me being a bozo. And I then proceed to get my fast move denied somehow, because that's a 3-turn move, and I have a 2-turn move, so I have no idea how I got denied there. Now, opponent is going to catch a Sparkling Aria onto Abomasnow. That's fine. Abomasnow needs to go for an Energy Ball to take me out, and I have no intention of shielding. I will try and go for an Aria, but the opponent CMP ties me, and they're going to Energy Ball, which will take me out. I send out Scizor, and I probably should have been able to get a farm down here, but I don't think I would have been able to just because I lagged so much at the start. And now, let's see what the opponent brings in. They send out Lickitung, and this game's just over. I don't even think that with that Night Slash we would have been able to win. I'm going to no shield, hope it's a body slam, and the opponent actually goes for a power rip, which is significantly worse. I just get fully licked down here now, so there's really no point in shielding. I'll shield just to play it out, but this game's over. They snipe with Dragalge, so yeah. Dragalge had an Aqua Tail, we get taken out, and we do lose that game. Into the next battle, and we see Scizor into Superior. Very good lead, actually, and the opponent is going to send out Dugong. Now, this is pretty good. I'm going to make a nice catch onto Lapras. Even if this is a Drill Run, it doesn't hit very hard, but it is an Icy Wind. Now, Icy Wind is fine because Psywaves should get him into a range where Skull Bash will do a ton anyways. They go for a Drill Run now. Drill Run will hit for some okay damage, but I should be able to overfarm a bit. Now, Skull Bash is going to be able to probably take him out, and it does. Now let's see what the opponent chooses to bring in, and obviously it's going to be Superior. Now I try and make it to a Skull Bash, opponent's not going to let that happen. They're going to go for a Frenzy Plant. If this is an Aerial Ace, then I make a Skull Bash, but it isn't. Now, I'm going to send out Scizor. I'm behind like a couple turns there, and I'm going to be able to go for a Night Slash. One Night Slash will not KO, but two will. So the second one will get the KO unless they choose to shield. Night Slash takes him out, and in the back it's Bastiodon. Come on. The game forces me to throw on alignment as well. Like, I press the Trailblaze on decent timing, but no, I have to throw another Bullet Punch and then go for the Trailblaze. And that actually cost me that Night Slash. If I had made that Night Slash, I probably would have won the game, because they would have been low enough where a single Aqua Tail would take him out. But now I have to hope that I can get to two Aqua Tails and then just farm them down. Now, Aqua Tail hits for some pretty good damage, and I never farm them down here. So I'm going to hope that I can get a Crunch debuff. Maybe that'll allow me to break point with Dragon Breath. But no, they shield, no debuff, and we get farmed down by Bastiodon. Another 1-4, which honestly, obviously is not good, but it's a lot better than I thought it would be, considering the fact that I was on airplane Wi-Fi. So even a 20% win rate there is better than I would have thought. So overall, I am completely fine with the results of that. So yeah, I would never recommend playing Pokemon Go on airplane Wi-Fi. This game already struggles enough even when you're on perfect internet connection. So try and stay on better Wi-Fi. But it was really fun to have the added challenge of playing on airplane Wi-Fi. Anyways, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.